We're about to do the Dog Canyon Trail really quick. I guess it's not really quick, it's 2 miles out, 2 miles back. But I figured I saw this on the way into Big Bend National Park, and so here on the way out, before I head home, I'm gonna go do this really quick and check it out. So let's go. I think that is Dog Canyon. That's where we're headed. So this is totally different hiking from what I just did earlier today. So you're at lower elevation, it's only about 2,500 feet here. So if you want lower elevation hikes in Big Bend, this is seems like a good one. Seems very easy. Hiking on a old riverbed, old ocean bed, whatever they want to call it. And it's literally flat. It's easy walking. It is very exposed though. Like today it's like 50 degrees out, so it's not hot. But I can imagine if it was 90, even probably 80 would be rough. It's also very exposed to the wind, so today feels nice, but I could see that being annoying if the sand started blowing up in your face. And you just gotta follow the cairns, because otherwise it's not really a trail. It's just you kind of go towards that canyon over there in that general direction, but they do have piles of rocks. Make sure you kind of know. You can see them along here. Yep, see, they just kind of go on forever. There's some people down there headed towards the canyon. I don't know what the temperature is, but it's probably like around 50 degrees, and the wind is chilly. But man, that sun is very bright. And of course I didn't put sunscreen on. I hate sunscreen, y'all. I know, that's bad, but I really don't like it. It makes my skin break out, makes everything feel gross. And it doesn't always work well, so I've put sunscreen on a couple times recently where I got burned anyway, so I was like, what was the point? I got my hat, I got my sun hoodie, so hopefully that's enough, but man, it's intense. I can only imagine if it was like actually hot. This would be rough. There's no shade anywhere. You can see the Chisos Mountains. That's where I was camping and hiking earlier. Discovered, thanks to a sign a while back on the road, that actually was the Chisos volcano. So it just disintegrated into what you see now. I thought that was cool. This would be a good time to talk about the mental aspect of hiking. And sometimes that's more of a challenge than the physical. So I've gone a mile and it's easy. I'm just walking on a flat surface. But the thing is that this canyon's like 1.9, right? So I've been walking a mile and it feels like, man, I haven't even gotten anywhere close to it. So I feel like I'm not making any progress. So mentally I'm just like, ugh, why did I do this? It's not worth it. I mean, it is, but it's just funny how like our brain needs to have progress, to see progress, to notice progress. If you're working hard, which I'm not working that hard, but if you're moving forward and you don't feel like you're making progress, like discouragement can creep in on you really fast. And then you're just like, screw it, I give up. I'm not gonna give up, but it feels like I have been walking forever. And I'm not there yet. Supposedly another 0.9. And then I gotta walk all the way back, which is gonna be a whole different psychological challenge because I gotta get back to my truck and then drive for 6 hours. So That's fun. I think you start to see the canyon. It's getting a little closer. Canyon's up over there. Getting closer. Interesting. Oh. Super sandy. Oh. The trail follows dry wash from this point on Dog Canyon. Interesting. Alright. Go down into the wash. Alright. I guess that makes sense, since this wash probably goes through the canyon. So the trail goes into this wash. But it's always disturbing when you know there's people in front of you and their footprints disappear in sand. See, just walking through this wash. If there was water here, different experience, but it is bone dry today. Now we're coming into the canyon. Whoop, whoop. So there's the canyon. This is very rocky. This is actually really cool. Look at that. Oh wow. Alright. So that's looking back from the direction I came. So I'm in the canyon. And it's pretty cool. It's like holes up there. It's like little caves. But there's all kinds of bats and stuff that live in there. And then that's actually over my head. That's interesting. But it's nice and cool in here and it's shaded. And there's that. Lots of formations. And then it goes that way. Yeah. And then the canyon goes out there into the hot sun. And more desert, and I think it drops down more into the lower basin. Alright, going back through the canyon. So pretty. I will give the disclaimer that this was a really easy trail, except in this stretch where you're in the wash, the rocks, it's very rocky and gravelly, and yeah, it's hard on the feet. If that bothers you, it only bothers me because I got weak ankles, so I'm always worried I'm gonna roll them. But other than that, this was really nice. This is I would consider this easy trail. Well worth it. Very pretty. Alright. I'm out of the worst of the rocky part going back. That's just kind of like a sand. And up here there's a little more rocks, but should be getting back to where the trail goes back up onto the desert floor. There it is. A line. And then you go up here. Good, nice clear cairn. Whew. Y'all, desert hiking is something else. It is so hot, and it's not even that hot. The cold breeze is gone though, so that's sad. Look at the Chisos Mountains on that side, and then it's just how open it is and flat. It just goes on forever. The canyon is behind me right there. Not complaining, but it is very hot. So I understand. I follow a lot of hikers that do the long distance trails every year. Now I know this doesn't even compare to that, but if I had to hike on this all day, every day for several days in a row, oh my Lord, I would definitely be strategizing and doing some early morning, late evening, night hiking to try to stay out of the direct sun, because it's brutal. And it's reflecting up off of the sand. Heat's coming up from the ground too, so. Alright, I don't know if you can see it, but right there, that red vehicle is my car, my truck. But I'm still like 0.8 away. It looks so close, but it's not. A little bit of a breeze again. It's kind of cool. Almost there. Yeah. Car's right there, but that's still like, it's farther than it looks. And it's absolutely roasty out. I'm hot. Last stretch. Hey. Woo! Alright, so that was the Dog Canyon Trail. 1.9 out, 1.9 back. I would classify that as an easy to moderate, and the only reason I would say moderate, the only thing that makes it moderate, is the 1.2 mile out, and then 1.2 coming back. You're on the flat, open, exposed desert floor, and there's no shade. And there was a breeze, there was a cold breeze when I went out there, but coming back, no breeze, and it is hot. But it's probably not even that hot, but just in the sun. So if you don't have enough water and you don't have like a hat, that could be rough. And then I also would give it a moderate, because when you get down into the wash to go into the canyon, it is very rocky, but it's like fist-sized rocks. So, and they're all like roly-poly, slip and slide your ankle. And so it was a little bit slow going in there, but yeah, it was really cool. That was a neat place to go. It was fairly, like I said, fairly easy, but had some factors that you have to be prepared for, and make sure you have enough water and a hat. Great hike. Highly recommend. That's a good one. But it looks like it's not very popular, so that's kind of interesting. It is kind of out of the way from all the other stuff in the park, but definitely glad I stopped.